focus on your position. Just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning.
Coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Ready. 57 to Mike. Mike 57. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Go. Motion, motion. Motion, motion. Mike's
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A former Seminole back home in Florida, it's Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run, Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 13th play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Prescott down. Open man there is Malone. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Brendan Langley back deep. Now Chris Jones on to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He gets away from one. And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. This thrown quickly out to Jones. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Watch out for Hill on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
First down, Prescott setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, he completes it to Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
57, Mike 57. I got you, Pop. Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Let me know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got? Give me something.
Operating from the gun, Taylor. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. The 20. Caught by Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To try again after the sack, Taylor.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the Watch twins. Watch twins. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 26. Check 26. Wahoo. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun, Taylor. Complete. He finds Blade. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. They go play action now, Taylor. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Anthony Barr, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Record. Trump.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott, that's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Brings up third and 13.
Third and long for Prescott. It's caught. Jones. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 7. Yard line.
First down 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
12. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. 3 buzz.
To throw is Garoppolo. And it's complete. This is Austin Prohl. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
First down.
He's crossing. He's checking crap. 36. Check 3. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo on first down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, Garoppolo steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
13. Go ahead.
On second down now, it's Moss. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third.
Despite the blitz.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Dez Bryant, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Panthers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show some.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's big soft.
Prescott from the gun on third. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 11.
Hey, we got 3 down. Alert 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Open man here is Pro.
I got you, boy.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down, Garoppolo. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Carolina. Austin Prohl, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Past the 20, and now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
So now out is the Panther offense as they'll come in and go for the two-point try. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott, he completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Miller, 78 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes this a 9-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Bravo.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
I got you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there.
Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Kill. Watch tight end's right. Tight end's right. Go. Three down. Hey, Mike 50. Gun. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike's field.
Hey, kill.
Back to you.
27, 26.
On second and 15 now. Prescott, rush coming, and he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We're going to 53.
Fresno.
Under.
That's me.
47, 26.
Now Prescott. And he's going to go down again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where did this one go out? Now they'll start with good field position, 45-yard line.
Here we go. 21. Jack. Small.
Don't be scared of it. 57's the mic. Rock 57. We didn't want this. Joker.
Hey, go. Get hot.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Walk.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Kill.
Hey, gun.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And Brake has it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
First down, Carolina.
Sixty-five.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 57's the mic.
Christian, Travis.
On first down, Moss. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's brought down. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On the sneak is Garoppolo. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jimmy Garoppolo with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Check 31.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Check safety. Shit. 25.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Mike's 50. I'm coming.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, going to 54. Why in?
Jim. Bang. Watch.
Here we go, going to 53.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Watch the safety creep. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Back.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide eight. Swerve to A. Here we go. 26.
After the penalty, it's Miller. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mike 50. 22, Jack, Bomber. 22, Jack, Bomber. 50, Mike 50. I got one.
Here we go. 46.
Mike 50, Mike
26.
Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They don't get... Get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Kill. 47.
He's on track.
Here we go. 47. 26.
You got tight.
Here we go. 46.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. 23 yards on the play. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, switch gears. Check nine.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Underneath, he's got Brate. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hatchet. Check 52.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Leaping, and he makes the grab. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
They'll try and run for it. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On second down, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. My, the tables have turned. At one point, they were down by 21, and now they can take the lead. First and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Carolina, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another